Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you can click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. In this video, we're going to be installing this garbage disposal. Of course, the unit comes with the installation instructions. You're welcome to read through that and all the warnings. It comes with most of what you need, but you'll need to have a screwdriver, a wrench, wire stripper, and some plumber's putty. This is all you'll need to install the garbage disposal. This disposal has a crack in it and it's leaking, so it's gotta go. First thing you want to do is clear out the sink. Then you want to come down here and make sure you clear out everything from under the sink. Then put a bucket under it if it's full. Then you want to disconnect the hose there, which goes to your aerator for your dishwasher. Provides air. Disconnect your pipe there. I unscrew this. You usually can do these by hand. Let me grab that with two hands. Yeah, I was able to undo that by hand. Unscrew that until that comes up. Now you can unscrew those two screws there, flat tip screwdriver, and unplug that from the old disposal. Do it with a screwdriver or a wrench, both sides. Then you follow the cord and either unplug it from the wall outlet like this, which is ideal. But if you don't have a wall outlet like this, you need to find a breaker for it in the home. Throw the breaker so nobody gets zapped. After you have the screws out of it, unplug it, move that out of the way. Now I'm going to disconnect that and pull that hose off of there. Unscrew the clamp. Move the hose back. Grab the hose. Give it a twisting motion. May have to do that with a pair of pliers. Sometimes those hoses get stuck on there. Been on there for so many years that you have to break it loose with some pliers. Once you get the hose broke loose, massage it off, catch the water. Now you're ready to break the garbage disposal loose from the bottom of the sink. This here is a locking mechanism. You put the screwdriver in there, or two screwdrivers, and you unscrew it. So here you put a screwdriver in like this, and you put another screwdriver in here, and you twist it this way, and it should unlock it. Be ready for it to fall. Sometimes they fall right down. Mine came loose very easy. You see I got a screwdriver in there, screwdriver in there. I twisted it, it unlocked. Now this is going to come to a channel where it'll just fall down. See how easy that was? That's the disposal. It's all the way out. Now you decide if you want to replace this piece here. If you got a disposal that fits that, then you don't have to replace that. But if you want everything to look nice and new, you go ahead and replace that. You undo those screws there. There's 3 of them. That piece will come down, and then you just massage the rest of this down and pull this up and out, and you'll have all that stuff replaced brand new. So that's what we're going to do. So let me grab the screwdriver and unscrew these 3 things, these 3 screws here, and I'll come right back to you. I got the thing that tightens it loose. So you see these are loose, and that's popped down, but this is actually held up by a clip ring right here. So I'm gonna get a screwdriver and pry it in here and undo this clip ring so that comes down, and then I could separate, pull this down and off of there, and push this piece up and out of the top of the sink. So I put the screwdriver under there, pried it out. Now I'm gonna pull this clip ring the rest of the way down. And you see those 2 pieces came off. Now this piece pushes up and out of the top of the sink. And you're done with the removal. And as you see, it's up and out of here. So now what you want to do is clean off this old putty. Use something to scrape it out, putty knife or small screwdriver, anything to clean that surface, because you want that surface to be clean when you put the new one in. If you want to be careful not to scratch your sink, you want to use a plastic scraper. Scrape away all of the old putty. Clean any residue off after you scraped it with a pad that you would use to clean the sink out. Now that the surface is nice and clean, you're ready to put the new sink drain collar piece in. You want to clean that area off top and bottom. I removed the accessories, and this thing should come on as soon as it's plugged in because it's switched with the power cord. So plug it in, hold it tight, make sure there's nothing in there before you plug it in, and it should come right on. Hold the unit, plug it into the wall, and it should come right on. There it is, it works. So now we go ahead and get it installed. After it's tested, I put the model number and serial number on the warranty slip. You get that information from here, the bottom of the unit. First thing I'm gonna do is remove this clip ring, get a screwdriver in there, and pry that up and off of there. Removing that clip ring by getting a screwdriver, prying it up and over there, and just working it off. After the clip ring's off, you can take this apart. And this is the part that goes through the top of the sink. But you want to put putty on there because you want it to be sealed tight. In preparation to install it, since I have a dishwasher, I am going to remove that plug. So knock that plug out. The plug comes out easy. You push the screwdriver in there and hit the back of the screwdriver with the palm of your hand, and the plug will pop right out. Plug is out, unit's ready to be installed. Next, I'm going to take plumber's putty, pull it around the underside of this, drop this in there, and that'll prevent the sink from leaking when I tighten this down. I dig it out of there with a putty knife. I roll it around in my hand until it's about the size of a finger. I'm gonna put it around the edge of this. I smash down some of the excess. I set it in there, secure it, it'll ooze out, and I'll scrape off the excess. Set that in there the way it needs to be, and go down on the bottom and try to make sure it's centered. You can just press it down in there and it'll ooze out some more of that excess. So let me scrape some off and see where I'm at center-wise. It's pretty centered. Now I'm gonna go put the bracket on the bottom. The orientation goes, you put this up there, the metal piece holds that up, then you put this under that, and then you put the clip ring in to hold it all in place, and then you screw the screws to tighten it. I undo the screws to give me more working room when I get it in place. To get it in place, you may have to have somebody hold it in place from up top. It's in place, I'm gonna tighten it from the bottom. Tighten it up from the bottom, making sure you're tightening it with the metal sleeve in the right position here. Tighten all 3 screws, and that'll secure the base to the sink and make it waterproof. I recommend people tighten this up with a hand screwdriver. That way you can feel how tight it is. You can get even pressure on all 3 sides, and you'll see some of the putty ooze out of the mount. Go around it 2-3 times, let it sit about 4 or 5 minutes. Go around it one more time, and then you're ready to mount the disposal. Once the mount is tight, you can come up top and scrape off the excess putty with your putty knife. And that's how it'll look up top. Nice tight fit. Now if you look here, you got a hook there, and a hook there. Those hooks have to hook into that mount down on this edge here where the screws are. So you want to fit the garbage disposal up in the hole, get these started, and turn it just a little bit to let it rest on the bottom of the mount. You don't want to tighten it because you want to line up your plumbing fittings. I have the disposal hung on the mount. Now I'm going to turn it so that the plumbing drain hose is aligned and install the plumbing drain hose. Remove these two pieces from the bottom of the old pipe. Put the bracket on the new pipe. Then put the nut on the new pipe. Then put the seal on the new pipe. I get all three pieces in place. Now I'm gonna push this down in the drain and push this in the side of disposal. Secure this in the side of disposal. Then screw this nut down on top of the drain. I have that on and tight, not too tight. I wanna get this down in there like that. Then I'm gonna snug this down here. Make this hand tight. Make sure you don't cross thread it. Make sure that's lined up straight as possible and then tighten up the top base. Now that that's secure, tighten this around this way with 2 screwdrivers to lock it in place. You'll know when it locks in place. Your tab there will go over that little hump there and you'll feel it lock in place. So go ahead and lock the disposal in place with 2 screwdrivers. That's how it looks when it's locked in place. The rings are right against the screw mounts. You can pivot this around just a little bit, even with it mounted up there, because everything is still soft and new. We're going to hook up that hose to the aerator, then leak check it after we plug it in. I got that drain hose connected. It's plugged in the wall outlet. Should be sealed tight. Again, this is hand tight, not with any tools. Now we're going to put the drain piece in. This just slides in till it stops. We're going to put the plunger in. Fill it up with water and leak check it. You do not have to let this putty dry. It's good the way it is. We put the plunger in. We're filling it up with water. Make sure it don't leak. Always fill it up halfway. Fill it up with cold water. It's cheaper than hot. Then I let it sit about 5-10 minutes. Make sure it holds and it's not draining past the plunger. After 5 minutes of sitting, we still have a sink full of water and no evidence of leaks. So we're going to go ahead and pull the plunger and check for leaks. The water's going down. We're going to check it for leaks when it's done. All the water's gone. Absolutely no evidence of leakage. And now we're running the dishwasher, make sure that hose don't leak, and we'll be all done. Just for good measures, we're going to turn the switch on to confirm it's working. All done. Now that we got that garbage disposal installed, it is time to get to some automotive tinkering. So I'm headed down to the junkyard to get a couple parts that people have requested. And man, this thing is running very smooth. I am just excited. This car is running so good with so many miles on it. Love these Volvos. Back at the salvage yard, a grown man's Chuck E. Cheese. I'm looking at this 98 S70. It took a hit. And man, it's got some parts on there, and some people have taken a few parts away. So I'm just going to check it over, see if there's anything I could use off of it to help other people. Well, got a couple things from the junkyard and got out of there. Got to go change the oil in Panther and continue on this journey. Try not to beat this thing too hard with all this stuff going on. You know, I'm going to open up the PCV system. See if something's wrong with the PCV system with some of the smoke. The car just runs too good to be blowing rings, but hey, you know, it's loud. Let's keep it rolling. Whenever you have a screen door sitting like that, not closing, you could have a bad pump, but sometimes you can adjust that pump by screwing that screw right there, or you could loosen this bracket, slide it to the right and retighten that bracket down. Pull that close. Time to do an oil change on Panther. 525. Last oil change was done. 515. Let's do it. I still got oil coming down somewhere. I wonder if this freaking dipstick popped out again. Panther got his oil changed. I think I'm going to send a sample to Blackstone for information for us. Then we were going to check the heater core on this, but we didn't smell any coolant in the car. Popped the hood, saw a little leak at the radiator right there. So we tightened that clamp a little bit, wiped it down, ran it for 5-10 minutes, and it looked like that may have stopped the leak. So we're going to check it in about 5-10 minutes. Sometimes the system pressurizes when you shut the engine off, so we're going to double check just to make sure. Don't want to be driving down the highway and have that pop off. Thanks again for watching. It was kind of fun helping Santos get that garbage disposal in. But besides that, if you need to contact me because you got some kind of question or something, feel free to go to my website, call or text me, send me an email. I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Calls and texts kind of take priority. Also, you could leave messages on my videos. I can see those. However, if I reply to your message on YouTube, for some reason, I do not get notifications of replies to my replies. So if you need to expound on what we talked about or get some more information, you may need to submit a fresh comment on that video and not reply to my reply. I just can't find those. I get too many messages. It doesn't notify me that there's been a reply to the reply. So you need to send a fresh reply or comment or question. So hope that makes sense. Thanks for watching. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. And I appreciate your support. I hope you have a great day.